and welcome. I'm John, and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. This is the weekly Wednesday Warhammer / Wargaming questions and answers. This is an off-the-cuff video, guys. For those of you that don't know what that means, I record and I upload. There's no editing or razzmatazz or anything else. Those of you that are new here, the weekly Wednesday is all model focus and stuff to do with models and all that sort of stuff, questions and answers, and just general chit chat about the hobby. The other video I do every week is a terrain build, which is different to this. So those of you that are regular here, guys, I've got to love. Now I've got some good questions this week. But before I go into that, I just want to say yesterday I uploaded all the boards that I did to train the 40k/kill team boards, and the positive feedback that I've received, absolutely fantastic. I'm very pleased with it, and from the feedback that I've got, everyone else is very happy and seeing what I've done and just enjoy it. So guys, thank you for that. Sorry, I'm not very comfortable just sitting on the edge of the chair here. I got a few steals from a charity shop. They've only opened here, so I just went in, got a tank for €3, and I got a nice big storage unit for £5. Guys, check out your charity shops and stuff, because there is little bargains there to get. Now, on to the questions why everyone's here. I play games of Warhammer and Warhammer 40k. I'm fed up with having dice everywhere. Any easy options. First thing you need to do is make yourself a dice tray. Now, my friend Cross over at Creative Terrain, he recently done one out of EVA foam. So if I forget to chuck a link to it, I'll try and chuck a link, but if I forget, go over to Creative Terrain and have a look at one he done. I think it's like two of his videos ago he done it. So okay, if you can't get EVA foam, or if you can't get EVA foam, or you I look at it and go, oh, I've seen the video, but I'm no good at doing measurements and cutting and all that sort of business. What you want to do is get a piece. There's two options you can do. You get yourself a piece of foam board. Okay, it's usually £5 or £6 for a big A1 sheet. Then just cut a straight line across and then cut that in half, so you've got two pieces. Okay, nice equal size. Again, you would have to use the tape measure to make sure you're getting the proper measurement, so it's both sides are equal. It doesn't matter if one's bigger than the other, because it's just a dice. And then what you want to do is get yourself I say little boxes. Okay, I've got a few examples here. I've got some vape boxes, okay, empty vape boxes, because I stopped smoking before Christmas, so I use vape now. Now what you can do with these boxes intact, tape it down, okay, but instead tape around it, so because it pops open, okay, and then what you do is you glue them around the edge, okay, so now you've got like a little box, okay, like a little dugout bit. When that's dry, give it a spray, black spray. There's your dice tray, nice and easy. The other thing you can do, shoebox lid. So you get a shoebox. You always get shoes, trainers, runners, whatever you want to call them. Take the lid off. There we go. You can spray it. You can leave it. You got your dice tray then to throw your dice into. Now, you could have something like, let me grab this over here, it's a heavier one I grabbed. This is a sweetener jar, plastic sweetener jar. You have the lid to put your dice into, and when you need your dice, all you have to do is take your dice out, throw them in your tray, release the hit, false doing, whatever. Okay, because I'm terrible for having dice scattered everywhere on the table. I know how annoying it can be. So you're rolling dice and your dice are rolling, it's hitting other dice, and I know how annoying that is. In terms of wound dice, okay, some people use little tokens and little counters, but in terms of wound dice, if you've got normal size dice but you've got like really tiny dice, use tiny dice as wounds, because you can just sit them like this. So you can actually just sit it on the base. Okay, so you haven't got to worry about too much about it spinning away or anything. In terms of bigger monsters and creatures that have multiple wounds, then just D10 or D20 or something like that. But you can do something else. So here's what you can do. You can get round bases. If you don't have round bases, then what you want to do is let's get the base, model base, put it on your bit of foam board, and then draw around it. I mean, you don't need to draw around it and carefully cut it out so you've got a circle base. Okay, give it a little bit of fine grit sandpaper and give it a little rub down around the edges to make it just smooth. You want to try and give it a little bit more of a rub on the top so that bevels the edge a little bit. And then what you'll do is take some extra heads that you have left over, and if you glue 2 heads onto it, that's 2 wounds. 3 heads, 3 wounds, so on and so forth. Now you don't need to glue the heads so that like they're scattered around the base. You can glue them in little piles. As long as you can count how many heads are there, that's how many wounds that creature must have. Grab all the base, undercut the whole thing. You don't even need to paint the heads any particular colour. You can just dry brush them. Once they're undercoat black, you can just dry brush them, you know, silver or white or any colour you want, because it'll just stand out. Okay. But obviously, if you're doing more than one of this, dry brush them all the same colour. Okay, or you could, let's say when you've got 4 wounds, that's fine. But when you start going to 5 wounds, you could dry brush them a totally different colour. So every 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is dry brush one colour. And then 10 wounds up to 14 is dry brush a different colour. So it's easier for you to colour coordinate what it is. But I said cut out a circle base, but you don't need to. You can do a square base. You just measure across, and just cut it. And it gives you a bigger base to do stuff on. It's, not a big issue. I keep getting asked questions about my pile of shame. Now, I've got a little sneaky plan, because I'm really enjoying painting these Space Marines. If you saw the video up yesterday with the boards, you see a few of the Space Marines on there. And I've actually got 5 jump packs I forgot to put onto there as well, but by the time I remembered it, I'd already done the filming, so it was just too late. I'm really enjoying painting these Space Marines. And I must say, before I forget, so this attack bike, okay, this cream on it is actually bleached bone, sorry. This is the old bleached bone. Now this is the contrast of it. See look at the difference. Look at the difference in the colour. I prefer the newer one, Screaming Skull. I think it works better and it looks cleaner because it's a layer paint. Just wanted to mention that, guys. The plan is I'm gonna get a new light this week or next week. My next day off is next week, so I might have to get the light on my day off, so it could be next week. But it's going to give me the light that I need to do filming on models. So I'm thinking of doing a video once a week just to do with painting. So I will paint a unit or a hero or a monster once a week. When I say once a week, I'll be doing bits and pieces every day, but it'll be 1 video a week or a week and a half or 2 weeks, something like that, depending on what model I'm painting. Obviously, if I'm painting a unit of 20 warriors or 20 guys, for fantasy, I'm not going to get them painted in a week. It could be 2 weeks before they're finished. It might even be 3 weeks, but there's a video within a week and a half, and then the next one, just after that. Because I want to. The Pile of Shame video I did has got people really enjoy looking at that. I did a silly little video on here for I think it was called Painting a Bit of 40k for Fun, and that's actually got a lot of people looking at it. So I thought, well, look, hold on, people like the Pile of Shame video, they're looking at the video about painting a bit of 40k for fun. Why not just do paint 1 unit a week, 1 unit, 1 hero, or one monster, or monster / vehicle, because at the end of the course of me doing one of those, you might be not a new painter, not a veteran, but somewhere in the middle, and see a sneaky technique that I do and go, hold on a minute, and that helps you out, and that's what I want. You know, any sort of information or knowledge that I have, I can help you with. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. Now, another question I have on here, I've made some D&D stuff. Do I play D&D? No, I do not. The reason why I don't play it, I never had anyone that played D&D around me, so I never got into it. And also, I'm working on my own game, my own dungeon crawler game, so I don't want to look at that and then end up getting a few ideas from that, using those ideas, and someone goes, oh, hold on a minute, that's copyrighted, you can't use, you know, I'd rather have the idea come from myself and not have any sort of knowledge of that. I can't go into too much detail there because it's still at phase one. Phase one being just getting everything wrote down in a rough together and then going to phase two. But at the moment, there's approximately 75 different classes. Some of those can be elaborated on a bit more. There is at the moment 75 fire type spells. I've got another 5 or 6 to add to it, but I want to increase that to 100. Try and have 100 spells in each group. The way the mechanics of the game, the way it is at the moment, the magic never becomes obsolete. Okay, it just gets either weaker or stronger. It never becomes obsolete. There's certain aspects of the game itself that are just mind blowing. When I do finally release it, some people are going to be like, "Wow, that's just wow," and I want to release it in a way that you can either hopefully get models from me, or you can use whatever models you have to play the game with. It's not a big issue. Obviously, not especially in Terminators and stuff like that, because it's a fantasy game. That's what I'm working on. But there's another game that I'm working on. So the first game, Dungeon Crawler, I was going to have maybe around 1,000 different types of creatures, monsters. But I've narrowed it down to maybe 100 or so, because the other creatures and stuff that I have in my head, I actually want to put into the second game, because it fits the dynamic of that game a lot more, and some crazy stuff for that one that I've got in there. So that's where I'm at with that. It's been a crazy week for me, getting this done and doing this week's terrain build and all that sort of stuff. There's another question on it: is this my full-time job? No, it's not. I actually have a full-time job. I do this on a sideline. I have a little one that's just takes a lot of time and a lot of attention, so I try and squeeze this in as much as possible. When in terms of making the terrain videos, I do bits and pieces here and there. Sometimes it's early morning, sometimes it's late at night. The only thing with this that's set is this video here, the weekly Wednesday. The only difference with the weekly Wednesday, sometimes it's filmed. If I'm off on a Wednesday, it might be filmed in the morning, or it might be filmed in the afternoon, like now. Okay, I can't, it depends on what's going on. So I'm working on the game. I want to try and do this video here, like painting videos, something to So if you're interested in seeing painting videos, just comment below and let me know. I can't say if you're interested in learning about what I'm doing that game, because that's still hush stuff. Yeah, that's 13-14 minutes. So guys, hopefully a few snippets of information I've given you today will help you out. If you want to see some painting videos, check on below. I'm thinking of doing it anyway, so even if you don't check on below, it's not a big issue. Yeah guys, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, turn your notifications, and I'll see you this week at some point with this bad boy. Okay guys, see you later.